Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of D-Tron Does It. Of course, I am D-Tron, and I does stuff. And this week, I'm going to be installing the WYZE wired doorbell. This thing is going to replace my old doorbell here. It's going to give me visibility to who's on my porch. It's also going to sync up very well with all of the other WYZE products that I have installed in my house. So today, I'm going to show you what's in the box. I'll show you how you install it, and I'll show you how you sync it up with the WYZE app. All of that and a little bit more. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you made it to this point, which is pretty early in the video, want to say thank you, like, share, and subscribe. And if you decide not to do any of that, I guess I won't be mad at you. All right, let's start with what's inside the box.
What was the last one? D-Tron did this.
I like that.
Okay.
All right, take the sticker off, pop this box open, and that's the quick start guide. Open up your package here, and you've got the doorbell itself. So good. And that is your WYZE doorbell. Inside of here, mounting plate, you have this. This is your WYZE doorbell chime controller. And then there is some mounting hardware, some drywall anchors, caps for the wires that you may need to twist on, and your screws. All of that there. So this is what comes in your WYZE Video Doorbell V2. Now that we have our doorbell out of the box and we're getting ready to install it, first thing you want to do is turn off the power. Now your breaker box, it may not be labeled, and it may not necessarily tell you where the doorbell is, because the doorbell is usually tied into something else. For me, it's tied into my bath lights. So I have a half bath right near the front door, and those lights are tied into the doorbell. So I flicked half bath and had to double check it. So now that one's off, we should be safe to get started. All right, so you will find this box somewhere in your house. This is your actual doorbell chime. And I just realized it's pretty basic design. Like, this is a bell. All right, so you're gonna use this doorbell chime, and this is where you're gonna set up your WYZE doorbell chime controller. It needs to be attached to here. The power turned off to this box. We've already checked that with our device here. Make sure that there's no power going to this box so we don't get electrocuted. And then we're going to install this chime controller right inside this box, and then that should give us the ability to use our existing door chime. Okay, so what you can see me doing here is attaching my door chime controller to the top of the case that surrounds my existing door chime. Then I ran the wires for the door chime controller through the venting on the top of this case. Now I did this because inside the case there wasn't enough space for me to install it and it fit on properly, and I didn't want to set it on the side because you'd be able to see it when you walk through the hallway. But if it's sitting on top of this casing, I thought that would be the least invasive spot. The reason I'm showing you this first is because you need to install this before you install your doorbell. If you don't install your chime controller first, you will have a flashing blue light like you see on the screen here, and your doorbell will not work with your actual door chime. So that's why you got to do this part first. The installation here should be pretty simple. You got your red wire, you got your white wire. You're going to loosen the screw. You'll place your wire behind that screw and you'll tighten it up, and then you just close it up, and now your door chime controller is installed, and you'll just need to go ahead and start the process for installing your doorbell. Okay, so to start removing the doorbell, you gotta take the old one out. So in my case, it's 2 screws, and then this should pop right off. Once you get behind there, make sure you check to make sure the electricity is still off. We don't want anyone electrocuted here. Now that you've checked that there's no power, you're gonna take apart the wires connected to your existing doorbell. There should be a white, there should be a red. And then you'll take this mounting plate, which was on the back of your camera, and you will put it in place with the 2 screws that were included. Now there's also a wedge plate in case you want to mount your camera at a wedged angle, but I just used the regular plate. So here you're going to loosen the 2 screws on the back of your camera. You'll attach the red and the white wires to the separate screws on the back there. Then you'll tighten it up. Now that you've got those hooked up,
well, I guess I should slow down and let you get your red and your white wires connected. Now that you got those connected, we're going to slip the micro SD card into our camera. That way we can have storage space included on our SD card if you don't want to get the cloud storage. Once you've got your SD card installed all the way into your camera, you'll close that up, and then here I mount it back on. But let me tell you, don't do that step yet, because you're going to have to come and unmount it when it's time to pair this device. But that is the installation process for the camera. Go ahead and peel that plastic off, and we're ready to get it paired. All right, so our new doorbell is all installed. What we have to do next is go flip the breaker box. That way we can get power back into the doorbell, and then I'll show you how you get it set up inside the WYZE app. All right, I am going to go turn on the breaker switch and see white light that we got here that is now illuminated. So let's see how we go about setting this thing up in the WYZE app. So this is the reason why I said don't put it on the mount, because you're going to need to take it back off to access the setup button, which is at the rear top of this camera, and it's how you connect it to the app. Hopefully you guys can tell there, but it is blinking orange. It's a little hard to see in the daylight, but it is, and that means it is ready to get paired.
Ready to connect.
All right, so now that we got the ready to connect, let's get back to our installation. All right, so now that we've gotten to that point, you're going to scan the QR code with the camera. It'll do a connection process. It'll get all set up, and then it'll allow you to name your device. Now that it is connected, the light is blue. Once that light turns blue, you're good to go. But if it blinks blue or if it turns orange still, then you don't have a connected camera, and you want to follow the troubleshooting steps that you see on screen. And this is what it looks like at night when it catches an animal walking, because I've got Cam Plus that I just added there. You can see on the screen, it will recognize when there are delivery men, when there are animals that are on your property. It'll recognize friendly faces if you would like it to. It's got a pretty wide angle, and again, you can set it up on a wedge mount so that it could be turned just a bit if you want to capture more of your porch area. I thought this was a good setup to catch anyone walking up on my walkway. It'll even get images of my kids who decided that because I've got a new shiny doorbell, they need to press it and press it again. And then brother's got to come over and press it. But if you've got kids in the neighborhood that like to come by and ring the doorbells, this is going to capture their faces very clearly. That is our WYZE doorbell cam. We're all done for the day. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button, get some alerts, find out when we're dropping new videos. And if you decide not to do any of that, you know what? I won't even be mad at you. Till next time, guys. Peace.